Hello, everybody. It's Mickey D back with Oxygen Not Included. I believe we're on episode 16 now. Yes. Um, so, I was hoping to come back after the last stream. It's real time, it's been about a day and a half, I think. Um, and like I said, I let the base run while I had my dinner, and I was hoping to come back. And yeah, I was down to two dupes. This, as you can see, looks a little bit different than it did. Kind of basically the same setup, but yeah. And you can see we're actually stockpiling hydrogen now. I've got it set so pretty much the tanks stay full. I kind of had to mess with the ratios on gas generators versus hydrogen generators, so we weren't just completely consuming it all. Um, and there's still a little bit more balancing to do in the system. But as you can see, yeah, it's kind of topping it off, and they'll kick in enough to pretty much maintain it where it's at least that seems so far. Um, so what I basically had to do is it ran and it ran and it ran, and then I started getting block pipes. So what I figured out basically was instead of turning back into this line, I need to return back into the tank. And then I started having issues where, basically the tank just eventually filled up. Um, hang on. Oh, sorry about that. Um, so I put a gas shut off valve, so basically it won't let the tank get to it keeps it at like 250 or whatever kilograms. Basically, the tank tops off at. Well, this is actually, yeah, there's an automation wire running to this, which basically shuts it off if it makes these, no more oxygen can come down into the system until it runs it through. But it does recirculate. Basically, and what I ended up having to do was, so what I found out too is like, and there's still another issue in the system right now. As you can see, we're getting insufficient oxygen generation. Um, so what's happening is basically, and we'll run for a minute and you'll see. So like right now, these can't put out anything. The line's full. So they're not actually running because these really should be running 24/7. And basically until we hit, ideally all of them should be running. But the problem is we're hitting capacity on the pipe, so they can't output because they'll basically just say pipes blocked, probably if I hover over them. Um, so it's kind of what I did down here is this big giant spaghetti of lines, is basically for the most part now there's only three inputs and three outputs. But what I found out was each input basically, it's not the pipe's a bottleneck because basically once they're at capacity, they're at capacity. Inputs do not bottleneck basically. So this and this can all basically put in, and it doesn't restrict the flow. So as it is you'll see they're just actually just ticking, and moving as the ticks go over. But so this is like technically going to bottleneck a little bit, not really though, because this is outputting. So and these are kind of alternating right here, but these, as long as there's space, then these can just out, like, see, this is just, it's just flowing. And see what I had to do was, because we have four and there's only three, I had to double up some of them. So you can see these two are running a little bit slower. These are obviously, as it can output, it's taking it right in. The tank's not full, so it's just kind of acting as a buffer right now. Otherwise, we would probably see more flow come through. Eventually, this would shut off when we hit max pressure. Hopefully, they're always going to consume oxygen and stuff, though. So, it's going to run periodically and hopefully keep everything. And, eventually we'll start stockpiling oxygen. But the problem is now this is bottlenecking the system because, as you can see, it's waiting for one to drop in. So, really, what I need to do is I need to put another tank in, is what I'm thinking, like another high flow tank, um, and have, break this into lines. So, three. however many we can divide this up, each go in, or, we come off of as many sides. We basically be able to come off one, two, maybe jump with the bridge. No, because the bridge would put us right here anyway. So basically, we'd be able to do one, two, three, one, two, one, two, three. So we'll be able to get 8 basically lines coming in. It better be a giant spaghetti mess like this again. Um, and that should make these run a lot more often. We should get a lot more oxygen generation, a lot more hydrogen generation. Um, so ideally, it might be best to like just break this into a couple different systems. So I let it, as you can see, I let it run for quite a while. We actually stockpiled quite a bit of food. Some new dupes came in, basically. For the most part, though, I'm just taking resources, whatever they are. Um, and basically, I pretty much just let the base idle. So they've gone around and kind of cleaned up. And I did set stuff to, yeah, there's nowhere for those. I got rid of the. Oh, that's the one other thing oh, cancel, cancel. I don't want you guys to destruct that. So the other thing I did is I did change out some of the doors, and I was doing that because I went through and I basically, and for some reason, this door will not stay set to auto. It keeps going back to open. It's one of those weird, annoying things where it's not keeping, just like the feeder was not before, was not keeping the setting. For some reason, this is not keeping the setting. It keeps going to open. And what I was trying to do was, as you can see, all of our carbon dioxide has come down here now. So I did put, and that's the wrong thing. Well, I was trying to get rid of the polluted, um, which it did for the most part down here. But all the carbon dioxide basically in the base sank down to here. I do want to set up a filter, suck out this. We got some. No, that's polluted. Um, we're completely out of algae. We were out of dirt. I had to go make them actually just dig in some random spots to get some dirt because I came back and then basically everybody was starting as I let the base idle, since they weren't doing any digging or anything, we weren't really getting, while they are composting and stuff, we basically used up all the dirt. I think we actually have a whole bunch of polluted dirt still. Yeah, well, no, we have 110 kilograms. So basically, we recycled pretty much all of our polluted dirt. They didn't have any dirt coming in, so yeah. Um, they did get a couple hatch eggs recently, so hopefully we'll actually get some hatches going again. We do have a couple ranchers set up. They just kind of been idling or helping out with the farm. Um, and really, I think what I did is I basically, and as you can see, I had to have them dig out algae and dirt and stuff. So they did a little bit of that. But what I did is I went around and I sealed up the whole entire base. So basically, I mean, I gave them one exit at the top, one exit at the bottom. We still have a couple of doors over here that I just haven't really messed with. But I got the whole base sealed up because I realized, for one, is the oxygen generation is running. We were basically pressurizing, everything that was open. So I was like, well, we don't really need to, I was trying to hopefully that would balance it out and pressurize it. But, they've got a decent amount. So oxygen generation is doing pretty good. As you can see, natural gas. We got some hydrogen up top. This is all sealed off because of the heat in there. And speaking of heat, and then obviously, like I said, all the natural gas. We've basically got some polluted oxygen and some natural gas down here, and then all of our carbon dioxide is basically sunk down there. So it'd probably be best now that the base is sealed. This should actually run because the carbon dioxide is going to come down here if we can get that door to stay closed. So basically, all the carbon dioxide should filter back down to the bottom of the base for the most part, and it should be able to filter it. And I don't think we actually have any chlorine in the base, thankfully. Well, maybe, no, that's oxygen and polluted oxygen. Yeah, so I did end up finally sealing that off, mainly because I had to dig over there anyway and get some algae and whatnot. But we got to start really kind of and I dug down here as well. I think there was, that algae deposit there. But we're pretty much out of algae again, so we've got to go run through that. hopefully we can actually start exploring. Obviously, our food production's doing pretty good for the amount of people we have, so we probably could take in another couple of people if some really good people come along. Everybody's skills are doing pretty good. They're getting back up there again, and and we've got a couple dedicated cooks, but we got to start branching off into some different areas. Hoping the hatches will get up and running. I'm thinking about expanding another farm section. We need to get some other crops up and going. So, because like right now we can't even use the gas range because we don't have enough ingredients to do, different food types. So they're pretty much still just eating the meal loaf and mush fry. Actually, I don't even think they're doing mush fry right now. Mainly because I was tired of, we kept running out of dirt. So, because no digging or anything. So, anyway, but we've also got to get that addressed because obviously we don't have enough oxygen going in right now. Yeah, and I was kind of boosting it with I threw some diffusers around, especially for that kind of shut down the crops while everything was getting kind of, well, this was getting the bugs worked out of it. So that, and temperature wise, by the way, we are actually doing pretty good. We've still got some heat over here, but now hopefully that I've sealed all this off, we should hopefully start balancing out a little bit. So I'm trying to think of how. What I'm thinking about doing is taking just making some more, either taking some of these out and take less flow off of this. Because right now, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. We've got eight of them, but basically one, two, three, like four or something. See, yeah, we get some one. Yeah, see, they put out a little bit, but we're only getting a couple of running at a time. So we could probably actually split that, have not as many, and have it go into, we have to drop it in. Fortunately, we don't really want to drop in the lines. I kind of wish they had higher flow pipes, and I think there is a mod that does that, but we either need to break it into smaller systems. This part's down here is working great. I mean, this isn't like bottlenecking, so that's good. But obviously, this is not, we're basically dumping a ton of power into here and not really getting that, as much out of it. I mean, we could literally probably come through and disconnect like half these machines and still get the same amount of generation. Um, so I don't know if we should like do 3 or 6, maybe. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is trying to figure out how we want to run the lines. Cause say like if we put a tank here, we still need to jump into this buffer tank. Um, and this is actually working out great. It's I've got it set. I think it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's working out great. So it's if it comes in low, because these are now set up in parallel instead of series, so they're not bottlenecking for the most part. Like I said, we do have one more input and output than we actually have, so there is a little bit of bottlenecking, but not much. Um, but we've got to see. And of course, we've got pipes snaked everywhere, so I'm gonna figure out the best place to like maybe put another tank, or we just do multiple, do a couple of systems and basically replicate it. But we've got to get oxygen up and going. We've also got to get algae too, so I'm gonna find a good spot to dig that out. Um, and I think we've got to do more exploring, definitely. But all of our water is down in here. So I did end up capping this off, moving the drain down here. That was the other thing I did off camera. So we have no deposit spot for the water right now. That's the only kind of bad thing. Um, so I've got to figure that out. I think we do have, I know we have a gas canister. Um, we have a liquid canister filler, but I don't think we have the unbottler for liquids. And I think there is a mod that adds that because there is one for, I believe, gas. Yeah, gas canister filler, gas Yeah, and canister emptier, which empties gas canisters, but we don't have anything for fluids, unfortunately. Um, we basically only have that. So there is a mod that adds drains, which are nice because then we could use a bottler or unbottler, whatever, liquid bottle emptier, um, and drain it and not have to have the base. Because right now, if we open this up, then we're going to get airflow back again. Because unfortunately, and though it would be unrealistic, it would be nice if they had a liquid tile. We get the one that lets the airflow, which blocks liquid, and then we got one that lets liquid or gas, but we don't have a way to separate gas and liquid unless we did something where we did like a pumping station where basically we could unbottle it into a sealed room and then do a liquid sensor and it could pump out once that tank is basically would just be like a holding tank. Um, but it would have to basically we would drain into that tank. So that is an option. Maybe we'll look at doing that because I'm basically trying not to pressurize the world for one. Um, I don't know. So we got to kind of figure that out. I mean, and we still have our little overflow over here. Our water's actually staying pretty. I mean, it's 90 degrees now, but it's a lot cooler than it was. Obviously, we've built up some heat in here. Um, we've kind of pretty much melting stuff over here. I think these are actually taking maybe heat damage. I'm not sure exactly what's going on over there. Um, but I know so we're getting some damage earlier. But overall, it's working pretty good. If we can get the aqua tuner going, then we can just cool the liquid, before it even goes into the system, which might actually end up being a little bit easier than cooling the gases. Especially since it seems the aqua tuners are so powerful, compared to the thermal regulators. But we've got to get them doing some stuff. So let's see. Where do we got some? We got a little bit of algae and whatnot up here. A little bit here and there. Where do we got some good deposit, good size deposit? Like there's one over here, and we haven't been over here, so maybe we'll have them start digging over it that way. I might have them come down. So what I did kind of over here is I kind of took some of this empty space. So this is where the original tank was, and I kind of just filled it up into rooms. Because it doesn't hurt to have more rooms. But they kind of lost. They can kind of run over and get to that ladder. That's when I sealed off that ladder. There wasn't a point having it continue right there because I had to basically seal off that section. Oh, they did close that door again, so hopefully it'll actually stay now. And there's more water. I'm trying to clean up. I think I had some water when I opened the doors. We had some of the water spilled down through. Plus, we're actually getting more oxygen now, so I think some stuff was kind of, and the temperature did drop in the base for the most part quite a bit. So I think we had some condensation come down. Anyway, we got to do, well, first of all, we got to add some storage. We're running out of storage and always running out of storage. I still want to move this, but for right now, this is going to expand. Actually, you know what? Let's say maybe, and kind of trying to keep the storage centralized. Maybe we'll actually fill these up with storage because I don't know what we're going to do with this really over here. I am thinking about adding another bathroom in, or at least making a bigger bathroom so they can have more showers and bathrooms because they kind of, all try to go at once. So by the schedules. And I haven't even messed with the schedules really. We're still a little stressed, so we might have to work on the don't we have some curative tablets already? No, I guess we're out of them. Yeah. But we'll get some storage built. That'll be good. And we got to get on to stuff. But yeah. Oh, I didn't want the colony summary. And what do we got? Yeah, so I haven't really messed too much with their skills. they're all kind of, some of them kind of borderline. I don't want them to go in the negative. So, like, and technically could do that, but it go into even, which I don't really want either. So, I think they're pretty much all. Well, he could actually take some. He's our doctor. Well, one of them. We actually ended up with two doctors now. I think his doctoring, his medicine. Yeah, he's like a +7 to medicine. So he was originally, well, probably, I mean, he wants to do doctoring. Actually, he wants to do quite a bit, but I don't need another researcher. We'll go ahead and give him the engineering, and we'll actually set him as a electrical engineer. And then the doctor, which he's got that. I don't mind giving him a few other things. Like he can go ahead and go. Yeah, actually, you're happy enough. Let's give you tiding as well. And you're pretty much a researcher. Does the other researcher? Yeah, I did go ahead and give him exosuits. That's gonna put you in the negative. But we'll go ahead and give you supplying as well. That'll make yourself a little bit more useful. All right. We gotta find algae. Like, there's still some here. We can get a decent amount there, but we've got to. Oh, there's a decent amount there. Yeah, there is actually quite a bit over here. I think we're gonna, and we need to come over to this side. I mean, we've still coming down. Haven't found the bottom of the map. Still looking for oil. Haven't found that. Oh, we got some algae over there too. I still kind of want to pump all this out, which maybe we'll set up real quick now that we've got the drain over here, because we can tie into that pretty easy. What I should do is make a separate holding tank for the salt water, because we can filter it and just run it into another separate little tank maybe. So what do we got? We got a whole bunch of iron. We got obviously these rooms we need to check out, which we haven't really done anything with the rooms yet. I've still got a neural vacillator, so that we haven't used. Actually, we haven't used any yet. But yeah, we need to get now that the colony's kind of like stabilized. We still got to tweak on some systems and stuff, but we should be able to hopefully get back to actually progressing and getting more materials gathered and whatnot. I don't really want. I mean, you guys can come out here. You guys can come up here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I want to do before we start. Well, I'm going to set them to get some. Let's say we could set them to get some algae for now to tide us by. Though, how much slime do we have? Because we could make the thing that makes the slime, which I forget what it's called. Organic. Oh, we don't actually have a lot of slime either. Okay. Well, we'll get some coal out of here. We'll get some iron. We'll get a whole bunch of algae. And we'll start kind of expanding out that way. I think is what we're going to do. Actually, let's do it. Do it something like that. I don't actually need most of this stuff over here. Actually do that. Do something like that for now. Cancel that. And that will, that'll get us started on there. I guess you guys should, we'll just do bridges or ladders. What? Oh, stupid plant. No, I guess we actually don't want that there. Oh, and I should make these out of the rock, because that's pretty much what we have down here. All right, and then at some point we're gonna do. We'll have them dig down. We'll do a ladder over here or something. But that'll get us started over there. I don't think we actually have any digging going on right now, so they should pretty much get right to that. I want to get the atmospheric suits, or the atmosuits set up, because really they're getting into, pretty much unbreathable areas. So we really need to get that up and running. And ideally, I want to have one exit from the base. I kind of have this up here just because, for one, they need to get to the coal generators. And why is there? Yeah, sometimes you just get weird stuff that pops up. And they were coming up obviously up here, but we need to really just, I mean, one exit from the base is fine. We can get plastic. That's why I'm trying to focus more towards the bottom. I think oil usually shows up at the bottom, so we need to really get that so we can get to that and start focusing on getting the plastics. So we're gonna add a pump. Like, actually, you know what? You guys can hold your breath for a little bit. Just dig that out. Actually, I guess I don't even have to tell you guys to dig it out. As long as our builder can actually dig. So we're going to run a pump there. Pipe coming up. And now the question is I need to get over to there. So I think what we'll do is this. Actually, yeah, that would work better. You can do there. Oops. And then we'll do a liquid bridge. There. And tie in there. And that'll work. And that way we can dump all that out. Liquid bridge. There we go. So, which way is that going? Of course, not the way we need it to go. You can go up there. And you can go there. All right, and that pump is going to need power. Which, by the way, I let the base idle long enough that we actually refined all of our metal. So, it's, but, you know, I guess it's kind of a good thing. Except if we have something that we try to build out of ore that doesn't take a metal. And there you go. So that'll pump everything out of there. Probably take a little while, but you know, at least it'll get our liquid probably, you know, in one spot for the most part. We have some stuff over here. I'm not going to go crazy. Maybe what I can try to do is when we dig, you know, we'll go around this for now and then let this just collect some more. So if we dig this out or whatever liquid, I mean, it's pretty low down for now. So I know we already got more over here, but yeah, we'll see. We'll work with it. There's a bit of liquid that we can probably get to pretty much flow down into this area. I don't know what the temperature is down there. Oh, not bad. No, a lot of that's because it's cold water that came down. All right. You guys digging? You guys did start to dig, it looks like. So very nice. Yeah, unfortunately, they have to keep coming up to hold the, you know, because they're holding their breath. So that's one of the things we need to, you know, work on, basically. Oh, we could get a little bit of algae here, too. I was going to say, if we dig this out, which would be very easy, then that can drain down below. We can get some algae right there. And go ahead and dig that out. And then we can actually get over there and see what's down into there. We're still going to have to put a ladder down. And there, it looks like there's a whole bunch of algae right here. So that would be very useful. I'm thinking maybe we can come in and then come out and then just do a ladder down and then get over and then we can get into all this. Some of that stuff we may be able to pull out and get some good resources too. So that wouldn't be too bad. All right. And is there no sound again? I just noticed that. I have no sound on my end. And yeah, the game's not showing any sound. Strange. That's the second time I've had that bug. Now, honestly, it could be because I was going to do a stream last night and then after work, and I was so tired I ended up going to bed early and pretty much sleeping for like 12 hours. So, yeah, that just didn't. I really wanted to do one because I wasn't able to do one. I think the other night I ended up being on a phone call until way, way past my bedtime, trying to take care of getting my new cell phone and whatnot, which actually arrives today. So very nice. And Oh, and on that, I should mention that I think I kind of touched upon it a little bit before. One of my tenants is actually moving out on Sunday, which today is Friday. Um, I have a new tenant moving in the following Saturday or Sunday, whatever the first is. So I won't be able to do very many streams after Sunday for pretty much most of that week. It'll be few, if any, basically, since. Oh, those can grow. Oh, but they need polluted water to grow, right? Yeah, irrigation polluted water. That's what I thought. Um, you guys go ahead and open that up. See what's in there. I have a feeling, I don't know. I have a feeling it'll probably be another neural, but we shall see. Um, yeah, that's good. See, we'll collect more of that water down there. Then get some of that algae. We've also got a big coal deposit there too, which we don't really need the coal right now, though we're gonna need it when we start doing when we're making steel. So hopefully, oh look, we got another hatch! Yay! Is he happy? He's happy. That's good. Yeah, and we should actually check our priorities. So obviously cooking's not an issue right now, thankfully. Um, okay, you can go back up on tidying or doctoring. I want that to be your priority. You're pretty much a researcher, but we're not setting. We've actually got, since I let the base idle, all the research is done except for the stuff that we actually have to use the planetarium for. Oh, actually, they might actually still be working on some of the lower. Well, no, they're probably stuck because they can't. Let me see. Do we have somebody? Okay. We've got that cook, and we get that cook, and we get that cook. I actually want you to do. I think you're actually our best rancher. Now you guys are actually even, and you can't cook. So I want you actually to do ranching first before you do anything else. And you can do ranching secondary, but do cooking first. Hey, Mr. Montuke, how's it going? All right, so hopefully they should start stockpiling stuff again. And let's see what we're doing here. They should open that door. Yeah, I do like it. I picked up a little while ago and um, kind of did a couple of, you know, couple, got to about 200 or so cycles, did a couple colonies, and now on this one, and still kind of learning some stuff about the game. Some little caveats that you kind of have to be aware of when you're setting up systems. But it gets you guys get that done? Not yet. Yeah, just hold your breath. Yeah, we definitely got to get the oxygens. So kind of what I'm thinking is, I was actually kind of thinking about putting it. Oh, really? Oh, you'll probably be able to give me some tips and stuff then. Um, Let me see now. Where were we? Yeah, oxygen. I'd like to. Let me see. Where do we set up the Atmos food? Some suits. I'm kind of thinking somewhere down around in like here. Um, what I want to do is basically, yeah, maybe we'll move the door. No, no, I could put it in there. No, I think we'll put it right down in here. That'll work, and maybe we'll have. Problem is now I've got this giant tank. Well, no, actually, we don't have that. That's right, because we did put the drain in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's no fun. And I just start my new job, which is going well. I like it a lot better than my last job. It's I like doing routers more than CNC routers more than CNC lathes. At least my last job with CNC lathes was basically just making the same thing pretty much every day for 12 hours, which was not that exciting. And this one's pretty much run something and it kind of is making the same thing, but it goes in like 10-week cycles pretty much. And then there's always new stuff that pops in too. So, and a lot of cutting foam, cutting wood, cutting composites, and so it's like run, set up. I was doing doors and G10 yesterday, and a wooden door frame, well, basically frames, and or jams, I should say, and then doing composite. And then the day before that, I was doing G10 and foam, and and then there's at some points there's sheet goods and stuff, so or plywoods, I should say. But yeah, it's a little bit, it's quite a bit similar to what I was doing before my last job. Um, let's see what we got here. Anything good? I don't really need that. We don't really need you. We actually don't really need any of them, so I'll probably just take that. Um, I'm only taking people with +7 now because we've got enough people that we can be picky. Unless we get somebody that we just really, really want or set to just tidying or something. But, okay, so I'm thinking what we can do is like if I put the door down here, maybe we do the oxygen suits here. And they can... Oh, how do I want to do it? I'm going to set like the door maybe as one way. So they can go out one and in one maybe. We'll do something like that. And then we can do a checkpoint. So like if they had to... And then they can take the... Because the thing is, getting them to take off their suits and put their suits on. So I think maybe we'll do something like that. Go ahead and finish that off. Yeah, I do have them running. There's like one over here, one over there. They're keeping the air pretty clean. I've got a little bit build up in here, but that's basically settling from all of this. And there's a few outside too. There's one up here. This was all polluted, so it's kind of cleaning this out. I did end up putting one in here, so it's cleaning that out. Because that was open to the slime biome before, which I didn't care because it was pumping it up here, being deodorized, and then the clean air is being pumped back in, just to keep the pressure down so that these will stay running. And then I've actually we had one down here, but I actually like to I think what I'm going to do is, since we don't need the water, we're fine on water. We haven't had any issues with the flow. I think what I'm going to do is pull out this sieve. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to put what is it? The carbon skimmer down here so we can basically get rid of all this carbon dioxide. And then that'll, at least for now, we probably won't need it later on. We can pull it back out. And because we never ended up needing that one. And we actually still have the second pump, which we never used either, but I'm just going to leave it down there for now. I didn't even see anybody come down and do that. The only thing I have to check is the pipe placement on these. Let's see, I think we get all liquids. Yes, so we have dirty water going out the bottom on that side. Did I flip that one though? I did flip it. And then we have clean water coming in on the top, which luckily we can just tie in our water lines like right here. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, we might have to move. Oh no, water's coming in on the... Okay. Yeah, so we should... Let me see, what do we got? Oh, that's the line. Yeah, of course, I did put it down there. We'll have to move that line up. Unless we dig out a little bit. Well, I was kind of hoping it would... We could actually stick it right here, but it's going to take it a while before it runs. And of course, we have stuff melting here now because we're pumping heat into it. So, but obviously it would be better to put it like down here because carbon dioxide is just going to keep coming down. What we might do... enough for lines. It's a line coming up. Yeah, I guess we could just move that line up a little bit. It'll probably work. And then obviously we have freshwater right. What? Oh, that's right. It's getting filtered up here. Yeah, it's pulling the salt water out, dumping it back in. Which honestly, I should tie that into. Well, the idea was is once the salt water separated out, it stays out. We don't pump it back into there, so we don't have to constantly just keep filtering it for no reason. We do need to make an extra tank. You guys still haven't opened that door yet? We do got some algae over there. How are we doing under algae now? Still no algae. I guess we're using it right as we're mining it. If they did actually mine any out, that is. Oh no, they did. They got some over there. Okay. And we'll just have you guys. You see anything good over here? No. Oh, we got a lot more algae over there, though. That's pretty good. Yeah, we'll just keep expanding off this way for now. Oh, how do I want you guys to do this? Which we do have algae down here, so maybe we'll just do something like that. That way they can get up there and get all that. You guys can go ahead and dig that out. Get all that algae. Oh, we get some bleach stone. No, yeah, we get some more algae over there. All right, so we're gonna do the skimmer here. I don't really want to put it there though. Actually, maybe we'll put it right here. That might work. That'll get us a little bit lower, so we won't have to move it quite as soon. And then we can have it dump into there because that's technically the polluted water. And then we'll just have to bring fresh water, which unfortunately, fresh water. How do we want it? Why are we pumping fresh water back out? Why was there fresh water coming out of the system? No, we have all kinds of mods. Yes, there's quite a few mods. Something is wrong on this. There's a line crossed. That's an output. That's an output. That's the input for there, so that's fine. Why is there fresh water in here, though? That's draining down. There's fresh water coming from up here. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because that's just getting drained into the tank. All right, yeah, that's fine. But why is it? Wait. Maybe we don't want that there to there down. Obviously, that's bottlenecked, which is not that big of a. Oh, well, yeah, that's not going to really want to run if it doesn't. Surprised it's not letting one through. I don't know why it's letting small amounts through. Da, 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 da. I have a feeling that ties in at the bridge. Yep, so it should want to run that way. And then that should be tying in. I don't think that's actually connecting, though. It doesn't look like it's. I have a feeling one of these pipes is wanting to run the wrong way. Input, output. Yep, should be good. And then running down, but that line does not seem to be moving and seems to be backed up. Honestly, we could just take that and run it right into there, but we don't really need to do that. So which one of these is trying to run the wrong way? Why would you try to be going that way? You're getting pumped out. Okay. Yep. Down, down. That's good. And we could always throw a bridge on it to force it to go that way. I should definitely want to be wanting to run that way, though. Construct that. That'll force it down. That should definitely be forced down. That should definitely want to be going that way. That's an output as well. So we should be fine there. That's an output. Oh, wait a minute. That pipe's backwards, isn't it? Oh, you know why? Yeah. Because when I moved, that's it right there. Because the drains used to be over here. And then I moved them down over there, and I missed turning that around because this is trying to get the water to go that way, and then this is trying to get the water to go that way. So, yeah, that's where the blockage is. And if they haven't built that yet, I probably don't really need that there then. So cancel all that. It should, as soon as we turn this around, it should be going the correct way now. There we go. There we go. Now it'll all start trying to take it a little while to drain it all out, but then it'll kick in our generators. Oh, yeah, look, we were running just on the hydrogen. It just backed up. Yeah, I think that was the last thing I actually did was I got that up and running. And then I said, okay, the oxygen, is run for however many, quite a few cycles without blocking up. So we should be fine. So we'll have to restockpile hydrogen again, which we're not using right now anywhere else. So, and now that the natural gas is running, yeah, see, I filled up the tanks. They weren't able to run. Now that the natural gas is running again, we'll start stockpiling the hydrogen once it fills up this line. So we should be good. We still got to get that straightened out, though, because we're just not. You know what we could actually do, too, real quick to help that out, is if we take insulated pipe and we run it off of this input. See, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Do like 4. Do something like that. That should hopefully not bottleneck there. That might help it out a little bit. And then what we can actually do is snip that line. Kind of not quite even, but yeah, see now that's actually going to want to flow faster. Should hopefully kick them in a little bit more often. But at some point we'll need to, I would actually just bypass it and drop down into this one, but we're going to end up with the same thing. I mean, we don't get as much flow coming through here, but then if we bypass that, we can overpressurize, or once we fill up the tank, it basically blocks the system because then it can't recirculate and these can't output, and yeah, doesn't really work that well. I think we're still going to be limited. We really need to put in another tank, but we'll probably have to move all of this because thankfully this does not have to be next to this. Okay, we'll see you later. I have to go run an errand, which is going to take me, I have to drive like an hour each way. I got to go look at some flooring. that's what's going to be tying me up for like the next week. Is I got to do some. Every time a tenant moves out, I always do like some upgrading slash renovations. So I'm putting all new flooring in the bottom of the first floor of the rental next starting on Sunday. So, and unfortunately, I had some flooring picked out, and I went to go get it, and they don't have it anymore. So now, and it might be at a store that's about half an hour away. So now I have to go over there and see if it's there. If it's not, they at least have a lot bigger selection. So fun times. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna do one stream now, one stream later, or two streams now, and at some point I could get run over there. But I will be doing more streams later on today, at least. Hopefully, quite a few. But there will be instead of my normal 15 minutes between streams, at some point, I don't know, either do one or two streams, and then I'll either do one stream and have like about an hour or so, and then have more streams later on, or I'll just do two now and then have another stream. More streams. Anyway, at some point I have to go run that errand. I'm kind of hoping my phone will come early. And I was kind of thinking about streaming until then, but it might not come until the later shift. Oh, no, it's coming FedEx. It won't be here until like 6. Yeah. Yeah. If it's UPS, they deliver at noon and 4. So I was kind of hoping it would come on the early ship, but on UPS. But nope, it's coming FedEx. That's right. So yeah, they don't deliver here until like 6 p.m. So yeah, I'll run my errands probably after this stream. That way I can beat the traffic later on in the day. And let's see if we get anything good. We could dig the copper, though you do have 7 on digging. Ugly Crier. I don't really need. Actually, we're going to be doing a lot of digging. And Ugly Crier is not the worst one, though it is nice, and they have the. Yeah, we have 8 tons. Maybe we'll do copper. Yeah, I know, but I kind of like to figure stuff out myself. So I usually only end up watching a video if I get like completely stuck or something. I did go look at the wiki and found out, I read up on the pipes and figured out why it was bottlenecking and whatnot. Kind of. I mean, I was trying to figure out why, but I did realize afterwards that I was like, oh, I should be returning back to the tank, not these, because obviously these are trying to put out, and if that's returning back to go back in, I mean, I might as well disconnect. But I didn't realize the inputs wouldn't bottleneck. So that was, that was the kind of thing I needed to figure out there. And let's see, is this flowing any better now? Not really. Yeah, we've just got too many going into one line. So, and we're pretty much, I don't know who keeps making a mess or if it's just, actually, as far as I've seen, we haven't had any messes show up. And we do have 2 people with, are we out of curative tablets again? Yes. All right, make some more curative tablets. I would just say forever. I mean, it is water and coal. We have 11.5 tons of coal. But, then you end up with no coal and 5 million curative tablets. And, yeah, now the salt water is just recycling back into the pump. So, yeah, not that great. Anyway, let's get on to what we were trying to do here, which is that. And we'll do the carbon skimmer, which I do want to turn it around, I do believe. I think the issue is now I got to figure out getting clean water into it, because our clean water line is all the way, the closest clean water line we have is all the way up here, which I guess is not bad, comparably speaking. I hate it when it does that. It's even worse is when it'll go off into infinity now. Oh, they built one. Yes, awesome. It's good you guys are, not overwhelmed with your construction duties, but you don't really need to build it that fast. Okay. We actually want it to come down right here. Well, no, not really. We actually wanted to come down on the other. I forgot I wasn't putting it there now. And this can just output to there. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. And then we'll do a liquid bridge there. All right. Oh, and we need power, which I have no idea what we're at on this power grid down here. Looks like we're 3.4. Yeah, at some point we're going to have to run a main line down over there because we're getting a bit of stuff down here. Though, once that pump's done running. So for now, we're just going to kind of overload it. We'll do that. And then deconstruct those. I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Though we should actually just shut that pump off because it's not even doing it. I should actually just get rid of it for now. I just didn't want them to have to go down. We blew a hole through the tank. So obviously, and I didn't even realize there is a pressure mechanic. Because the tank's taking pressure damage, so they keep coming down and cleaning it out. And I'm assuming it's just because of the amount of water in the tank. And I'm assuming, though it's weird because you don't see any. Yeah, I was doing sedimentary. Just because it is what is down here. But there's nothing for. Yeah, because I think it will show at some points on when I look at it, it'll show it's taking pressure damage, I think. I would assume some of them are a little bit harder, maybe like obsidian or whatnot. Might be a better choice when we get it, or such. And that is pumping. Oh, we should make sure that that does not. Oh, that is right. That is something I found out too. So like drains, like it would actually be better where we're pumping up from here. If this had its own line into the drain, because then that way, that's where the inputs aren't limited. So right now it's obviously alternating, which as long as we're draining, it's fine. As long as it's not backing up. See, yeah, we're still getting some backup because this is splitting here. So actually what we're going to want to do, so instead of having to have like a whole bunch of drains, which honestly we could just put it right now, I'm going to leave them up top because if the tank fills up, then obviously if the drain's underwater, it doesn't really help that much. So we can actually do that. And that will drain basically twice as fast because these won't be alternating. Well, this will be able to drain it, twice as fast. This will be able to drain twice as fast. Yeah, so you can see they can actually go in at the same time. So that was it was interesting to read up on the plumbing. Let's just say, and they have a lot of stuff on the branches. So the bridges, I mean, and about how you know basically combining lines, different ways to break off, so you can set priorities, that sort of thing. It was a pretty interesting little read on there on the wiki. It was pretty I think it was on the wiki. Might have been on. I think it's all written by the developer, basically. Yeah, that's good. That's not backing up now. And that should pump out a bit faster now. The only way we can make that really faster is to have it go to its own dedicated line. and tie in, but I don't, it's not like we're in a rush to get that drained. Um, Main thing is making sure everything in the base stays working, which obviously we're not backing up there. This, I mean, as long as it's coming down into the base, I don't care. That can back up. That's fine. I don't want. That's not even running. We probably actually can just get rid of that one. Yeah. See, look, that door's open again. It keeps getting set to open instead of auto, and I don't get why. If anybody knows, let me know. I'm assuming it's just a bug in the game, but it's not helping me keep the base pressurized, or sealed if the doors keep opening. It's only that one door. So I don't know if it's because of maybe they're sliding down the ladder and it's opening the door and not closing it, or sliding down the pole. Because I think it's the only one I've got do it. I mean, it's the only door I've ever actually had to do that. Usually, if the door is closed, it stays closed. Unless I'm obviously going through it. I mean, this door's staying closed. It's the same setup. So I don't really get it. And we are still out of algae. Oh, yeah, we do have a neurovasculator over there. You see, not that it's a priority for me to use it, but. And you know what I think we're going to do? I think we're just going to put a ladder right here. Actually, we got a ladder right there. So I think what we'll do is we'll just have them build. Let's deconstruct that. Deconstruct that. Oh, there's wall tiling in there, isn't there? Is that what's going on? Oh, it's just because it's an unknown, so it won't let me do it. Come on. Yeah, and then we can just tie right into that ladder. And then they can go down there and get into that room. We'll go read some data at some point. Come on, if you guys don't go down there. Not that that's actually a priority right now. Oh, you guys are getting dirt and whatnot. Very nice. Got salt, which we don't really need right now. Trying to see if we've unburied anything that's, it'd be nice to find a molten. Oh, we got some more stuff over here. Oh, another nullifier. What do we got for printables? Water, which we don't really need. Oh, ranching +7. Your vomiter, which is, at least you're not destructive. Or a binge eater. We don't really need another rancher right now. Let me just take water that we don't really need. Okay. Yeah, I haven't found anything really new yet. Though we haven't really gone that far. We already know about that. And there's another one over here, but we don't really need any of those. Though I think one of them is carbon dioxide, so we could actually open that up and skim it. There's another one over here. At some point, we're going to continue that up. So if we're, we might put another suit. Atmos suit up there. I kind of really only want to leave one exit though. It's just they'll have to, run all the way up there basically. How are we doing on our atmosphere? Yeah, we're only losing a little bit. So it's not too bad. Our gases are pretty much the same. Looks like our, I think all of our natural gases settled down through. We should probably put a skimmer down here because it looks like all of our polluted oxygen's coming up to the top. Not a skimmer, a deodorizer, because it looks like it's all coming to the top. Though it'll actually keep. No, I think polluted polluted sinks, doesn't it? Yeah. Pretty sure the polluted sink. Yes, the polluted sinks. So I was actually going to put a deodorizer over here as well. Except there's, what is there, some oxygen in there? Oh, carbon dioxide. It's all right. We should. So that'll do it, and then the oxygen will rise up. That'll help there. Yeah, that natural gas, we still got to get pumped up. But as I pull out, we've got some chlorine mixing in here too, because I think this is, oh no, that's all polluted. I can't remember. Can we actually hook a gas pipe to those? No. Hmm. So, yeah, that should keep getting rid of that. We get the polluted over here. And we did have a skimmer over there. Maybe we should move it up over here. Yeah, we'll wait and see what that does. How's our water doing? What plant do we... Oh, water weeds. Okay. Oh, see, they fixed it and it broke again. I guess it's not... There's worse spots to have a hole in the tank. We just have to go with... obviously, there's a... You know, go with a higher strength material. And nothing out. We got a little bit of something poking through over there. I think a lot of that's melting now. 32. Yeah, probably coming off of that. Hopefully that's not going to 92. Yeah, it's come up a little bit, but we're pumping pretty hot water in there. All right. Oh, let's get some stuff. Do you guys get that ladder? I'm going to send somebody over there. I want to have them dig out that algae. Because right now we're pretty much burning through it as soon as we get it. And I think what I'll actually have you guys do is just build a louder right there. And that way you can get that as well. Should actually just have you guys dig all that out. That's fine. And then you can deconstruct that. And deconstruct that because they can just jump over. Hopefully they'll come over here and then I can see that. And then, I mean, I can always just send somebody for somebody to go over there. What are we doing on the food? Let me guess. Curative tablets, a couple medical packs, and allergy medication. All right. Yeah, we're pretty much... they started filling up some of those now. That's good. Is that door closed? No. Well, actually, there's a person going through it. It may be closed. It is. Okay, that one is. What about this one? That one is too. Okay, good. So, as I was trying to do, where is our... suits? Oh, actually, you know what? We got to do... we don't even have the exosuit forge. That's the line that's running a little heavy. I think we'll put it over here. And yeah, I do have the mod that lets us build that. I haven't even found any of the okay, so I actually do have the jetpacks, but we don't really probably need them right now. So what I'm thinking is they're going to come down this side. come out this side, and we can get rid of that ladder because they're basically just going to go across there anyway. And atmosphere dock. Start off with, I don't know if we need that many to start. Okay, we'll get rid of that ladder. We'll get rid of that fire pole. I gotta do something. I gotta make a saltwater tank. I'll have to do that coming up soon because that's just overflowing. You guys just dig. For now, we're just gonna recycle it back through, which is kind of a pain because we're basically filtering it, dropping it back into there, and dropping it back into there. We don't want that to keep going on, but we have some in here already. That was just actually because it's a salt biome, so. It is good that we're already set up to filter it. But I don't want it pouring into here either. All right, so we need power. Let me run a new line down. Obviously, we can run a new line down. Do we want to run a new line down? We probably should. Thinking maybe we can run right up through here. Right up through here, bridge that, bridge, and then down into here, and yep, that should work. Because obviously we need to break this section off. We're kind of overloading it a little bit now, so we might actually be able to keep this stuff on the same line and run the other stuff down. So I think that will work. And come down, and then we're gonna come up, and that'll be good because we need power for our door anyway. The mechanized doors are, I don't know, they're faster. I think that's about the only benefit to them. Okay, and we're going to want a medium transformer. Another nice little mod. Now, one of these, how do we do that? Oh, I put it on the wrong side, didn't I? I was saving a spot for a thermal in there, a thermal generator. But I think the spacing didn't quite. I think it was supposed to go there, but I was supposed to have another spot. And of course, the room wasn't quite big enough, so that didn't really work out. Conductive bridge. There. Is that the only one we needed? And we need one there. All right, that'll get power there. Actually, we can get rid of that. We don't need that there. We need a section of wall tile there and there. And we're going to have a door there. So we can seal that off. Yeah, I think that will work. Actually, we don't want a door there, do we? No, we want a door over here. In hindsight, it would have been more convenient to have it done on this side. Because the fire pole's already there. So it would have been more convenient to have them come out on that side, and then they could just slid down the fire pole. And I could have just done it down this side. Though I could just put a fire pole on that side too. What do we get down here? Because they can run across like over here. So they can just slide down and then run across. We can just clear that out a little bit. Because we can have doors in the tanks for now. And then if this does get full enough that we have to move it up, we can. That's kind of what I'm leaving this here for. I don't know if we'll ever get a tank that big, but you know, just trying to actually plan it. We've had enough stuff that we're going to have to move around. So later on, and this will be good because this will speed them up to getting down here, which is a good thing. And then they're just going to have to move from one side to the other, I guess. Here, we'll just bring you all the way up there. And I think I actually have to deconstruct that. Oh, wait, no. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Yeah, I actually don't want to do that. Actually, that may... Yeah, I don't think we want him to do that. And then we'll cancel that. Because they're coming down this side. They're going out this side. So I don't want them to be able to come back into the base. Because if they bypass that, it doesn't really serve us a purpose. And we're going to change that to a floor tile. And they don't really have anything they have to get to over here right now. So I'm not even going to worry about that. Oh, yeah, so I actually don't even want to... Yeah, we went... Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't block it off just yet, because they still need to get over there. For now. Yeah, let's get this... Make this a little bit higher priority, guys. Oh, and yeah, we can cancel that. Oop. We did not want to break that line. We do need power there. Oh, we're going to do some work on stress, too. They're going to start probably breaking stuff and whatnot here very soon. Okay, there. You guys can go down. Starvation. Oh, it's because they're so far away. I know, it might be an idea. I don't really want to make another kitchen. I mean, that is always an option. Oh, what's going on over here? Temperature. 81. Temperature should not be increasing. Our hydrogen tanks still aren't filling, which they should be. Oh, yeah, it is. It's just taking a while. Yeah, hydrogen tanks will start to fill. Why is temperature increasing over there? Should be. Hasn't really been any changes. I still think we have... yeah, you can run up that way. Yeah, that door's open again. Why does that door keep going to open? Deliver suit. Deliver suit. Deliver suit. Deliver suit. And we do need to get... Which we don't have... What? Oh, wrong one. Oh, we can give them a whole bunch of carbon dioxide. That would be really easy. Yeah, the problem is we're definitely still gonna have to work on the oxygen generation because that's fine. That's I don't really want you to connect into there, but that will work. I actually wanted to pull off of the tanks. Um, I don't really want that to connect. I mean, not that there would necessarily be a bad thing about that. I guess I could have probably just moved it over there, maybe. Oh, actually, I should do that. Deconstruct that. Cancel that. I'm going to go ahead and move it over there. I'll just have to put a new power line to it, which is right there. Very nice. And deconstruct those. Now I can put a door there. And I should go ahead and deconstruct that one. We're going to have a door there. I'm trying to get it so they all have doors. That way we can actually separate out these. I'll probably get rid of that as airflow. You guys don't actually need two doors over there either. I'm going to get rid of those two. Because they are getting the ventilation coming in from here. I mean, the idea is to have kind of these sealed off. At some point, we got to throw more vents and stuff around. And definitely got to work on the airflow, though, still. Brine, suit, we'll just take the brine. One of these days, I don't think we've gotten... What? Oh, that's... Wait, why didn't you... Oh, that's why. All right. That's the problem when you get those starvation messages all the time when they're out running around doing stuff. Don't really think that, oh, maybe they actually are starving. Oh, I probably actually do got to end the stream. Yeah, we're about an hour and a half. So, I'll load this up. Shouldn't be too far behind. Okay, let's get you over here. Yeah, you starving? You're probably not very happy over there. Here, build a ladder there. Oh, look at that. Comfy bed. Can you get out? What? You're building? Okay. Yeah, build a ladder. Priority. 9. Actually, we'll just set it as high priority because I don't know if he has the materials to build that. I mean, honestly, I could just have him dig. He could just do that. Deconstruct. Dig. There you go. Okay, fine. Don't dig down there. Dig up there. Oh, hey, now you built a ladder that would actually let you out. Okay. Oh, he must have. Yeah, oh, because he got some sedimentary rock right there. Okay, there we go. Crisis averted. Now, do we have to rerun that power line? No, power line's already there. Oxygen line's not there. Yeah, so that's not bad. We weren't too, we didn't have to go too far back. And I'd rather not even build the oxygen diffuser, but it's, yeah, I think they're getting stressed out because we don't have enough oxygen generation. So really, we should kind of be focusing on that than actually just putting doors around places. Yes, that door's probably open again. Yes, that door's always open, which is highly annoying. They could get rid of that. All right, well, the suit station, they've got to deconstruct that, build that. We can stick a door in there, and then they can run down, do that. I might actually put another door right there, too. I don't know. Probably not that big of an issue. And actually, let's not worry about that right now. We are going to need do a door there and a door there. That way they can slide down and get across to the other side. Yeah, they'll be able to come out, slide down, go across to the other side, and then if they need to go do anything over here, they can. Pumps running. Pumps running. Very nice. We should hopefully at some point actually see water levels dropping. Though we do have a lot of stuff kind of like melting and dripping down into here. Oh, they did get that. Very nice. Okay, yeah, we won't need any of those, so you guys can deconstruct all that. And I don't care if you guys run around and down over there, that's fine. That should really be an airlock. And the idea was to seal that off. Though we had heat generators over there before, so it's not really that big of an issue. Though it is staying nice and cool over there. Oh, yeah, because we got that over there. That might be worth actually opening that up and not having that insulated, because that should help cool that down. I think what I'm going to do is change these all to airlock doors. We might actually change them to the mechanical, because they'd be a lot faster. Or the automatic ones, whichever ones they were mechanized. Yeah, because they'd be a lot faster. And maybe what we'll do is maybe we'll make that an insulated, and then that can help cool this off. I was thinking about actually pulling out a lot of these doors, and I was thinking I should just start putting ladders. Like if I have a section like this, I should just put the ladder inside, because they can run in, go up, do whatever they need to do, come in, come out, and then that'll help. For one, of them just randomly walking through an area that looks like crap, because the base is not very pretty right now. The areas they're, the farm's not, but the areas they're mostly in, except for you, you don't really get a very nice work area, but is not too bad. But we definitely got some few things we can take care of. We'll take ice. It'll sit there and melt, and then we'll have to clean it all up, but that's all right. All right, we're going to call it good for this episode. A little bit of just tidying up and stuff, and now we got people idle. Sick bay's out of stuff. Refinery's kind of out of stuff. We pretty much refined everything, so just whatever we're digging. Is there anything really... We have a lot of iron. They actually get... I don't think they actually get any bonuses out of... 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. That's going to use almost all of our reed fiber. We've definitely got to get a farm going for that at some point. All right. I think next episode, which like I said, it'll be a while. I got to go run that errand before I come back. We're going to set them to dig out a few areas. And while they do that, we'll just randomly dig off in a... Maybe we'll just continue off over here. I'd like to come down farther. I think what I'll do is... I'd really like to have them come down maybe here, since this is pretty much where they're going to come out now. I'd like to find a way where we're not going to flood the whole thing. Because because that's what I was trying to get rid of over here. Where we basically had so much water settle down over here. So there's a little bit. I was gonna say I could dig over, but it's not drained out. I was hoping this would drain out faster. Oh, yeah. I'll probably have to stick another bathroom down around here somewhere. It's not that far. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a little satellite base that they can have food and stuff. Somebody's gonna just have to run back and forth. Though it could be sealed. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something like that later on. And then we can have it just. Actually, we don't really need anything there. You guys just run across. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that'll be nice when that pole's done because that'll get them up and down a lot faster. Oh, they're grabbing the algae. Very nice. Oh my God! Look at all the water. Oh, that must be all that ice melting. Yeah. Now we have like nowhere for the water to go. All right. Kind of clean up that mess a little bit, guys. I know it's my fault. At least we'll get it into bottles. So they won't have soggy feet. There. Oh, they actually came down. That's better. Oh, look, we're not getting insufficient oxygen generation now. Oh. Yeah, our hydrogen tanks are filling up. We've got to rerun the line to the suits again, which is no big deal. At least we know it should be at a decent temperature. I'd like to pull off one of the tanks, honestly. Actually, it doesn't really matter. We can just pull off the line. It's just a buffer. And, yep. Hopefully, oh, that door is actually closed. Imagine that. Oh, they got that done, so we can actually block that off now. So sometimes they're coming down the other way. Well, I guess it keeps it from having traffic jams. There we go. And then we're going to put a mechanized airlock door right there. And then we can actually get rid of that one, which they won't keep closed anyway. I'm actually kind of thinking about putting another door here and then having a filter, and we can just, anything that's not oxygen can get filtered. We can only filter one thing at a time. That's kind of annoying. Unless we pump an oxygen line down here. Actually, no, that's dropping the carbon. That's actually dropping the carbon dioxide from the base into here. I should actually seal that wall and put a door there so it doesn't. It stays in with that machine, which is actually a really good idea. And they should basically never really have to go in there. So we'll just enter but this is basically dumping all of the carbon dioxide from the coal, the natural gas. And if I need to, at some point, we'll just set up a filter because we got like a little bit here and around. Not too much, though. And we might actually, since it's collecting in here, do a deodorizer. We can't put a deodorizer in there, so that's not too bad. Oh. Yeah. And we'll do that, I think. This, we don't really need any doors in right now. Yeah, we're not. Strangely enough. Oh, maybe because they actually. Oh, yeah, they grabbed some of the algae, so it's helping to bring the oxygen back up. Very nice. But we definitely have to. We're going to have to address that very soon because I like to get more than a little pittance of oxygen that we are right now. So we're definitely not stockpiling any, which would be nice to have some. Because we're actually going to start, using atmospheric suits here soon. Are those, no, those were not slated to build, so that's good, because we had to roll back 5. Okay, there we go. All right, I think we'll leave it here. I know I said that like about 10 minutes ago, but we'll call it good for this episode. I'm going to go ahead and, what is it? Like, yeah, 11:30 my time. So I can jump in the shower and go run and do that, see if I find some flooring, and then basically come back. And we'll probably do more. I'm probably going to stream pretty much all day. I don't, since I know I have all the renovations and stuff I'm going to be doing basically from Sunday to Saturday coming up. At least that's the slated time. If I finish them early, I finish them early. Um, don't have a ton of stuff to do. A little bit of drywall work and basically the flooring, replace the door, which I have to trim to fit and varnish, um, and maybe change the kitchen faucet. That's pretty much all I really got to do over there, and a little bit of light touch-up painting. So, then I got to change the locks. Um, but yeah, drywall will take a couple days. Just because I have to wait for coats to dry. Flooring will take a little bit of time, but that shouldn't be too bad over there. It's not a huge floor plan, so. But that's obviously I've got to get it done before they move in. So that will take up some time. But yeah, so right now, my plan right now is on the weekend is, or today, Saturday, and then whatever time, until whatever time they're out on Sunday, which they may actually be out Sunday morning. Um, they've had vehicles over there moving stuff out the last kind of couple of nights. So anyway, until then, I plan on doing lots of streams because I won't be able to for, probably most of the time. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you the next episode. And we'll definitely be focusing on that. And obviously, oh no, what are we out of fertilization? Are we out of dirt again? Anyway, so that we don't forget. You know what? Here, just dig. Dig. Get me some dirt. Hopefully we'll get one, two, three, four, up to 4 hatches. It'll take us a while before we actually get any meat from there. But yeah. Anyway, see you guys in the next episode.